Welcome to our first episode of Live from the Artist's Room,
where we bring intimate performances straight to you from female artists around the globe.
My name is Meghan Mahoney, and I am a Sacramento-based music industry professional. I'm passionate about supporting artists and providing fans with the best possible experience, from management and marketing to live production.
And my name is Nikki Sounds, an artist and producer and founder of Pink Room Production, which is an online resource that provides tips, tools, and advice for music makers and music industry professionals. And we are actually powering today's event.
We wanted to create this series to provide a platform for female artists during this tough time when really no other performance opportunities exist. And then we wanted to take things a step further to learn more about each artist via an intimate Q&A session from their own home.
And we are partnering with nonprofit organization Femwinism, the idea of loving to see a female win. They do so by having virtual Win with Women sessions, featuring artists on their Instagram, and we will be raising funds today for the Femwinism Scholarship and Health and Wellness Grant Fund, which awards scholarships and grants to help women succeed in the areas of education, entrepreneurship, arts and entertainment, and health and wellness.
This show will feature a set from each artist, followed by their Q&A session hosted by myself. Today, we have 3 artists for you: Nia Nicholls, Meg Rilley, and Korie Burton. First up, we have Nia Nicholls from Salisbury, UK. She is a country artist, and the video for her single Jessica was just released on YouTube. Definitely go check it out. And here we are, Nia Nicholls.
Hi, my name's Nia Nicholls. I'm from the UK. I'm based in Salisbury, which is by Stonehenge, if you're familiar with that area. And I just want to say thank you to Live from the Artist's Room for giving me the chance to perform for you all today. And this first song I'm going to play for you, it's a song that I originally heard by James Taylor, but it's actually by Marvin Gaye, which I didn't realize. So this is called How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. Someone's arms, there you were. Needed someone to understand my ups and downs, there you were. With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I want to stop and thank you, baby. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. My life, everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went, it seems I've been there before. But you brightened up for me all of my days with a love so sweet in so many ways. I want to stop and thank you, baby. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by myself. this next song I'm going to play for you, this is actually my newest single that I just released a few weeks ago. And I actually recorded this over in Nashville back in September, so I'm really excited about this song. So go check it out on Spotify. And I think it's a song we can all relate to when you fall for somebody that you really shouldn't be falling for. And this is called Jessica. Jessica, I'm in love with the man you love, and I wish I'd stop feeling this way. Maybe you can tell I've distanced myself out of guilt for your heart to break. Jessica, you're the last one in this world I'd ever wanna hurt, yet here we are. But what I've been saying all along, I can't get through to my wicked heart. Jessica, you can curse me out, drag my name all over town. Do it, I'd understand, but I'd hope you'd give me a second chance. 'Cause you and him, you weren't together when he fell for me back in December, when his eyes caught mine. And what's a girl supposed to do? He fell in love with me when I tried to make him fall for you. Jessica, you don't know how many nights I've laid awake rehearsing what to say to you. Because the situation I put you in is one that I've been put through too. And though I tried to believe myself, there was something better waiting for me out somewhere. Well, that boy is right here holding me, and I don't believe something better could be out there. Jessica, you can curse me out, drag my name all over town. Do it, I understand, but I'd hope you'd give me a second chance. 'Cause you and him, you weren't together when he fell for me back in December, when his eyes caught mine. And what's a girl supposed to do? He fell in love with me when I tried to make him fall for you. Jessica, I heard what you said. Can't put a boy above a friend, but it's something more than that. And what I feel is something I thought I'd never feel. Jessica, I'm in love with the man you love, and I wish I'd stop feeling this way. Maybe you can tell I've distanced myself out of guilt for your heart's break. Jessica, you're the last one in this world I'd ever wanna hurt, yet here we are. But what I've been saying all along, I can't get through to my wicked heart. Cool. Thank you. I'm really excited about that song as well because I have a music video out for it on my YouTube channel, and the video is actually shot over in Memphis at a place called Overton Park, which if you're not like a huge Elvis Presley fan, you might not know that that is actually where he had his first gig. And I'm a huge Elvis Presley fan, so it made sense for us to record this video there. So please go check that out on my YouTube. So this next song I'm going to play for you now, it's by a band called Old Dominion, and I love this song so much, and this is called One Man Band. Been flying solo for so long, nobody singing the harmony, up there just me and my shadow, no bass, no guitar, no tambourine, then I found you like a melody. You were singing in the same key as me. We had them dancing in the street. I don't wanna be a one-man band. I don't wanna be a rolling stone alone, putting miles on a rundown van. Baby, we can take our own show on the road. I'll lay down the beat, you carry the tune. We'll get tattoos and we'll trash hotel rooms. Baby, take my hand, 'cause I don't wanna be a one-man band, no. I wanna run down your wild dreams, and I wanna chase every high with you, count every rip in these old jeans. We'll never learn how to sing the blues if I'm gonna be famous. Boy, I wanna be famous with you. We got our own little groove. I don't wanna be a one-man band. I don't wanna be a rolling stone alone, putting miles on a rundown van. But baby, we can take our own show on the road. I'll lay down the beat, you carry the tune. We'll get tattoos and we'll trash hotel rooms. Baby, take my hand, 'cause I don't wanna be a one-man band, no. I don't wanna be a one-man band. When the spotlight goes cold, the curtains come down, the chairs are all stacked and there's no one around, and nobody is paying, we'll still be playing. I don't wanna be a one-man band. I don't wanna be a rolling stone alone, putting miles on a rundown van. But baby, we can take our own show on the road. I'll lay down the beat, you carry the tune. We'll get tattoos and we'll trash hotel rooms. Baby, take my hand, 'cause I don't wanna be a one-man band. I don't wanna be a rolling stone alone, putting miles on a rundown van. Baby, we can take our own show on the road. I'll lay down the beat, you carry the tune. We'll get tattoos and we'll trash hotel rooms. Baby, take my hand, 'cause I don't wanna be a one-man band. I don't wanna be a one-man band. Cool. So, this is the last song I have for you, and this song is also on my Spotify actually, so you can go check that out. My name's Nia Nicholls, and I'm on everything. I'm on Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, the lot, so please go check me out and like and follow everything. And this is a song I wrote about these people that are just so annoying, and you just want them to back up. So this song's called Back Up. White and you really shouldn't, but that's just my observation. You act like you're all that when you ain't. You're a devil disguised as a saint. Well, you're just one big complication. Now I can't wish you were never born, 'cause if you weren't, life would be a bore. But sometimes that ain't such a bad thing, 'cause for, or wondering what I'm living for. Maybe my heart wouldn't sting, but you're here anyway. So I got only one thing to say. Oh, back up, don't come any closer. I don't want you on my front doorstep. Back up, baby, can't you see? I don't want you nowhere by me. And back up before I call the cops. Hear me out, wait until you stop. Back up, I thought I told you to leave. Back up, away from me. You stole my man and you broke my heart. You call me names and you made life hard, but that's just my point of view. You spread these rumors for miles and miles. You call yourself a friend but couldn't look me in the eye. Well, we all make mistakes, but not as much as you. So back up, don't come any closer. I don't want you on my front doorstep. Back up, baby, can't you see? I don't want you nowhere by me. And back up before I call the cops. Hear me out, wait until you stop. Back up, I thought I told you to leave. Back up, away from me. Back up, baby. You chased all your real friends away, including me. I can't wait when you wake up one day and see. And when you phone me up trying to apologize, well, excuse me, but I won't waste my time. So back up, don't come any closer. I don't want you on my front doorstep. Back up, baby, can't you see? I don't want you nowhere by me. And back up, don't come any closer. I don't want you on my front doorstep. Back up, baby, can't you see? I don't want you nowhere by me. And back up before I call the cops. Hear me out, wait until you stop. Back up, I told you to leave. Back up, away from me. Oh, back up. Cool. Well, thank you very much for listening to me, and thank you again to Live from the Artist Room. My name's Nia Nicholls, and check me out on Facebook.
Alrighty, next we have with us Nia Nicholls. Hey Nia, how's it going today?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. You're joining us from the UK. It's so exciting.
Yeah, well, it's exciting for me to talk to you, so thanks for the time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so excited to have you here with us. How have you been keeping busy and keeping up with your music during this kind of quarantine time?
Well, since, lockdown began over here, I've been doing a lot of live streams,
Okay.
and that's the thing I never actually have done before. So that was actually really terrifying, but, since doing that, it's actually been really great because I've made new friends and new fans, and I've been able to connect with people from different areas. And also I've been releasing new music. So I have a new single out called Jessica, and I've just been promoting that like crazy.
Yeah, that's super exciting. We listened to it and love it. And you have a video out for that too as well now, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yeah, it was filmed in Memphis last September. So
oh wow,
so it's finally out. So
yeah, that's super exciting. Yeah. Can you tell us a little about your video? And because I watched it and it got some like really like major like Taylor Swift vibe from it. What was your vision for that video, and how did you make it come to life?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying the Taylor Swift comparison. That's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
she's so cool and such a big inspiration for me. But with the video, well, when I first wrote the song, I think as a songwriter, when you do write songs, sometimes you already have a vision in your head of what you want the video to be. And so when I wrote this song, I never really felt like it was a speech, if you know what I mean. Even though it's quite a confrontational song, it seemed more like a handwritten letter to me. So I knew I wanted the music video to start off with me writing that letter. And, I'm not going to give any spoilers, so if anyone wants to go check out the video, you can see how that ends.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun because my friends Brad, he's based in Memphis. He always donates his time to film a video for me. And he took us to Overton Park, which is actually where Elvis had his like first proper performance.
Wow.
And I'm a huge Elvis fan. I don't know if you can see the Elvis Presley Boulevard sign there. So, big fan here, but yeah, so it was so much fun to film it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. I encourage everyone to go check it out. Definitely something that I feel like country music fans, but even greater than that, will totally enjoy. Where did you get your start with music, and kind of did you pursue it as an artist?
So I've always loved music, and I think as long as I can remember, I've always said I wanted to be a singer. I just love performing. But it wasn't until I was about 8 years old when I knew I wanted to be a country singer. Because around that time, you know, Taylor Swift was coming onto the scene, and I had grown up listening to Shania Twain, and my mum had just bought me a Dolly Parton record, and it was just, there was so many influences, and I just thought, wow, you know, this is all leading back to one specific genre, and it's country music.
Okay.
So after that, I was like, right, got to learn guitar. I got to write my own songs. We got to go to Nashville. And that's how that happened.
Nice, nice. You said you've been to Memphis. Have you been to Nashville and traveled around there much?
Yeah, so actually, Jessica was recorded in Nashville. Yeah, over the past few years, you know, we've been traveling to Nashville to do some recording over there. And obviously I perform a lot in Memphis, so that's kind of how the Memphis thing came about, you know, to film it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love Nashville. It's so amazing, and it's so different to Memphis, but I just love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you see yourself moving out there at any point, or just kind of visiting?
I would love to move out there someday, but I think at the moment I just like visiting because, you know, we, you know, visit Nashville and Memphis, and recently I went over to California to do some recording. So I quite like not, you know, being based in one specific area. I like to kind of spread myself in.
Well, it's nice because then you can kind of make fans and friends where you go, but then also have your home like fan base and stuff as well. So it kind of helps you differentiate yourself and grow your following as an artist, it seems like. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Great.
You talked a little bit about like Shania Twain and Elvis. Where else, what other artists do you draw inspiration from? And other than like country music, what artists or genres influence you in your music?
So I think my biggest inspiration when it comes to songwriting would be Casey Musgraves. I first heard her when I was about 13 years old. And, you know, her songwriting has always been so honest and upfront and sometimes blunt. And I just really took inspiration from that. And from different genres, oh my God, I love Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Yeah.
So, like a huge like inspiration thing from him because I just love watching him perform. And apart from that, I would say also my family, because I come from a pretty musical family. My grandpa was an opera singer, and my auntie Dan, she's a singer-songwriter like me. She's actually got a new EP out, so you know everyone should go check out Danielle Nichols. But yeah, here's my inspiration.
Awesome. Very cool. So being in the UK, what is it like being a country music artist out there? And how do you think UK country music fans differ from American fans?
So country music in the UK has really grown quite popular over the past few years, especially up north. And I think what's so great about it is that we do have social media, so we can all keep in contact with each other. And, you know, even though I'm based, we can talk to people up north and we can all stay in touch. But I guess when it comes to UK fans and American fans, I don't really think there's a huge difference. You know, everyone seems very supportive.
Yeah.
And but I would say, you know, in America, you have so many singer-songwriter venues than we do over here. So that's the one thing, you know, you guys have over there that we don't have.
So how do you think American country music fans can better support UK country artists and be involved with their music?
So I think with that, I think the ball is sort of in our court as artists. There's been two things that I've been doing, which has really helped me. I always contact a load of community radio stations.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, it seems like a small thing, but people are always looking to fill that slot like in their show.
Yeah.
And since I released Jessica, like I've had airplay not only in the UK but also like Canada and Australia and America, and it really does like help you out in the long run because people get to hear of you. So another thing that I do as well is I join a lot of festival attendee Facebook groups because all these country music bands, they go to these country festivals and they set up these Facebook groups to talk to each other and to discuss their favorite artists that they can't wait to see perform.
Yeah.
And I've just been joining them. Before everything happened with Corona, I would just join those Facebook groups and I'd say like, hey, I'm Nia. I'm not performing at this festival, but I really want to perform next year. So please just stream my music and like my Facebook page, and maybe I have a shot at getting in next year. And people they really do want to support you. So those are the two things that I've done that has worked for me, because you can get people from different countries following you.
Totally. That's super creative of you. I never would have thought to join Facebook groups for festivals because there's like different groups that you can connect with just for like music industry and stuff, but that's such a smart idea. I love that.
Thank you.
Do you have a home studio at your house, or do you have somewhere where you typically make music, and like where do you find it easiest to be creative?
So I don't have a home studio because I'm just awful with technology and I wouldn't even know where to start. But I tend to record, outside around like the south of England. But the place where I think I'm most creative is like in my bedroom, because that's where most of the ideas come out. But I think creativity can kind of just hit you out of nowhere. Like I've had it when I'm walking the dog and I got to write a song.
Yeah.
Or when I'm driving. And I just think it happens at the most random times, but mostly in my house.
Totally. When creativity strikes in kind of that unconventional place, like walking the dog or when you're driving or something, do you like stop what you're doing and make a memo, or or does it kind of just leave and then come back to you at a different time? How does that process work for you?
Yeah, so I usually start with a lyric. Like the lyric is what comes to me first rather than the melody. So
Okay.
I usually like write it down like on my phone, like in the notes. But if a melody comes along with it, I'll like stop and I'll record like a voice memo, which looks a bit weird sometimes, but it works.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's so cool how technology can be useful in ways that you never would have thought that it would be for that kind of reasons, like for when something you have this thought, or like I use it for like reminders and stuff, but like for creativity, like the creative process, it's so useful for those reasons, like so you can just jot a quick note and then come back to it kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely does help you out so you don't forget it.
Yeah, totally. Do you have any upcoming releases we can be on the lookout for? I know you said you were just talking about Jessica when you released the video, and that was super exciting. And I know you're probably trying to grow some like view counts and stuff on that video. But other than that, is there anything else that you have coming up that you can look forward to?
Yeah, so I will have a new single out. I don't know when, sometime this summer, probably like towards the end of the summer.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about that because that was actually recorded in Nashville as well, and I have a video for that too.
Yeah.
And it's such a fun summer song, so I'm excited to put that out. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll definitely keep on the lookout for that.
Thanks.
Speaking of, where can people go to find your music and connect with you and keep up with everything that you have going on and new releases?
Well, I'm on everything. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and it's all under Nia Nicholls. So my name is not like any weird name changes. So you can find me on anything.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Nia. We really enjoyed chatting with you and learning a little bit about you and your music. And we'll definitely keep on the lookout for your single release towards the end of summer.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Oh, Nia, wow. I love that song, Jessica. It is just such a cute and intimate perspective, that we all feel sometimes jealous of somebody else yeah.
Totally. And I love how she came over here across the pond to film it, where the country music genre originated. You can really feel that in like her whole persona and the music video. Oh, it's just so good.
So good. And if you didn't see the virtual tip jar that popped up, we have it linked right here below. That is paypal.me/Nia Nicholls. Be sure to send her something. This is a challenging time for artists during COVID, so every little couple bucks helps.
Additionally, we have that Femwinism Scholarship and Grant Fund. Donation link is also here. Please, if you have a couple bucks to spare, throw it to them. They're doing the same thing we are, trying to support artists and females. Love to see a female win, and so do we. And speaking of females winning, it's time for our next performer.
Next, we have Meg Rilley, who is from Nashville, Tennessee. She's releasing her EP Burn on July 31st, and the pre-save link just came out yesterday. So be sure to head to her page, her Instagram, and save that. Really important, so you don't miss the record that comes out July 31st. And without further ado, here's Meg Rilley.
Hey all, my name is Meg Rilley and I'm so excited to be here with Live from the Artist Room. The first one I'm going to do for y'all is called Run From Hell. It's my third single and I wrote it with Heath Coleman and I hope you like it. I met the devil in a boy with a Bible in his hand. Put a spell on me like I swear that no one can. Well, the devil's got tricks and the boy's got a fix that I'll let myself fall into. Now I'm trying to go back, but I'm starting to crack under everything that's coming through. Hey, mama, don't you know if the devil comes calling for me, it'll be on my last day. Mama, can't you hear that he said he needed somebody? Now he calls me honey. Mama, don't you know that he's gone and stolen my heart? Now I'm falling apart. I can't run from hell now. I'm starting to see I can't run from hell now. I met the devil in a boy who knew the Bible verse for verse. But he wears a crooked halo and now my soul is cursed. He said I like the way you move and you're the one I choose, and I couldn't help but walk his way. He said you can try to leave but your soul stays with me, and now I'm praying for the rain. Hey mama, don't you know if the devil comes crawling for me, it'll be on my last day. Mama, can't you hear that he said he needed somebody? Now he calls me honey. Mama, don't you know that he's gone and stolen my heart? Now I'm falling apart. I can't run from hell now. I'm starting to see I can't run from hell now. And mama, don't you know if the devil comes calling for me, it'll be on my last day. Mama, can't you hear that he said he needed somebody? Now he calls me honey. Yeah, mama, don't you know if the devil comes calling for me, it'll be on my last day. Mama, can't you hear that he said he needed somebody? Now he calls me honey. Mama, don't you know that he's gone and stolen my heart? Now I'm falling apart. I can't run from hell now. I'm starting to see I can't run from hell Awesome. So the next one I'm going to be doing is called Up in Smoke. I wrote it with my good friend Courtney Bach, and it's going to be on my EP Burn. You left your phone on the table, started going off from a number unlabeled, thinking they had the wrong number. Turns out she just blew your cover. I let you leave without saying a word, and now these matches are gonna burn. Could your ego get any higher? Just wait until you see the fire, and you ain't gonna get no warning, and I won't be second guessing in the morning. Mixing with just a little look, you'll know when all your things go up in smoke. Now all my friends are coming over, they're gonna be here till it smolders. We're drinking beer and having fun, and just like you, they don't know we're done. Could your ego get any higher? Just wait until you see the fire, and you ain't gonna get no warning, and I won't be second guessing in the morning. Mixing with just a little look, you'll know when all your things go up in smoke. You can't keep what you find in the ashes, 'cause there won't be no second chances, 'cause they went up in smoke. Could your ego get any higher? Just wait until you see the fire, and you ain't gonna get no warning, and I won't be second guessing in the morning. Mixing with just a little look, you'll know when all your things go up in smoke. Mixing with just a little look, you'll know when all your things go up in smoke. So the next one I'm gonna do, I released a couple months ago. It's called Long Time Comin'. I absolutely love this song, and I hope you do too. It's been a long time coming, waiting on you, waiting on me to say he was through. It's been a long time coming, this thing we can't fight, try as we might, we can't stop staring tonight. So baby, come let me leave you hurting on the door. You don't need it no more, 'cause you've got me to hold. It's been a long time coming, and took a whole lot of steam, and now we're just dancing away to that old George Strait. So baby, come let me leave you hurting on I absolutely love that song. And this next one was my debut single. It's called The Bottle or the Boy, and I wrote it with Leighton Thomas. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here live at the Artist Room. And I hope you hang out for my Q&A after. I've been staying out till 3 and I just can't get no sleep. What's wrong with me? Maybe I just like the burn and it's none of your concern. I never learn. I tell myself it's just for fun and pretty soon I'm gonna run out of money, out of time, out of ways to cross the line. I got voices and I can't heal, 'cause I live the way I feel. Everybody says that they can see that the bottle of the boy's gonna kill me. You could say that it's a phase, I could say that you're insane, but either way, Jim is sitting on the table, Jack and I don't have a label, and that's okay. I tell myself it's just for fun and pretty soon I'm gonna run out of money, out of time, out of ways to cross the line. I got voices and I can't heal, 'cause I live the way I feel. Everybody says that they can see that the bottle of the boy's gonna kill me. You could say that it's a phase, I could say that you're insane, but either way, I got voices and I can't heal, 'cause I live the way I feel. Everybody says that they can see that the bottle of the boy's gonna kill me. Yeah, the bottle of the boy's gonna kill me. Thanks for hanging out with me, all. My name is Meg Rilley.
All right, now we have Meg Rilley joining us for the Q&A. How's it going, Meg?
It's good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks so much for being with us. We really enjoyed your set and hearing you sing and play your guitar. It was so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your art with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what has your quarantine time been like for you? All this kind of shutting, staying indoors. Have you found it easier, harder to create? Have you been working on music? Has it been difficult? Tell us about what's been going on for you.
So it's been interesting. It's been both long and short. So each day feels so long. And then I wake up and it's July and that felt like no time at all. Yeah. So in terms of, I've been pretty much staying inside a lot. I've been trying to support some local businesses. Creating has been a process. It's been very interesting, actually, to, figure out, Zoom writes and FaceTime co-writes and rediscovering writing on my own. It's a very interesting time for creating. I think I've been releasing a lot in this time, just kind of having it out in the world. So it's been a good time, I think, for me to take a step back and have to be shut indoors, but have to find other ways to innovate.
Yeah, totally. Has your music or music in general helped you navigate these past couple months at all?
Yeah, it definitely has. In between releasing and getting to, again, rediscover writing on my own. I've been co-writing with people for years, which I love. Yeah. But I love really rediscovering why I love songwriting and doing that again and just getting to sit alone and get my thoughts on a piece of paper. I've enjoyed being able to do that again.
Totally, yeah. I mean, if there's a time to be alone, now is the time, you know? So your focus is kind of on country music, and you do a lot of stuff in that genre, and you've got an amazing voice for it. Oh my gosh, I got goosebumps listening to you. What is it about country music that speaks to you?
That's a great question. I grew up on country music. I've got a lot of memories with my dad, with my mom, with my whole family, really, that kind of, it weirdly centers around classics that like were playing at the time or whatever. Like I hear the songs and I can only think about growing up, and I think it has to do with the fact that country music is very much a storytelling device, which I love. I love the fact that you can pour as much emotion into it and really spend more time on the lyrics than anything else. I appreciate that about country music, and I think it speaks to any person.
Totally, yeah. I've talked with a couple other country music artists, and they just talk about how like it's therapeutic in a way that like you can just like get things out in a way that you wouldn't like be able to sit down with a pen and paper and just like write about it, but you can sing about it just like as a different form. And I love that. The storytelling aspect, I think, is so powerful and helps you connect with so many more people that you didn't realize kind of share the same stories that you do.
Yeah, it's a very emotional genre of music, which I appreciate.
Totally. When did you get your start with music? Tell us about your musical journey, how long you've been singing and playing guitar for. Where did this all start?
So I joined my church choir
Oh, nice.
in 2nd grade. And our choral director, her name was Roseanne Hetman, and she is still one of my dearest friends in the world. So she pretty much cultivated a lot of who I am as a musician today. She became my guitar teacher. She really just fostered my songwriting. She gave me a platform to be able to perform songs I wrote. Wow. So I started that in 2nd grade. I started playing guitar a few years later.
Okay.
I had played flute in the band forever, so so I had that going for me. And yeah, and then I wrote my first song in middle school, and it really just, I mean, it was always with me. It was always gonna be there.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like it just kind of took off from then, and your relationship with her. She sounds like a really inspirational person for you.
Yeah, she definitely has been. She has been my rock and my mentor through life, really.
That's awesome. Everyone needs somebody like that where they can like look up to. And I mean, your family is so supportive and is directly around you, but it's nice to have that kind of person kind of separate from your family that you can draw support from. Totally. So kind of going off of that, who are some of your musical idols? Who are you listening to? Where do you draw inspiration from? Tell us a little bit about that.
So I love listening. I'm based here in Nashville. I love listening to the New Music Nashville playlist on Spotify.
Oh, cool.
So I selfishly find inspiration from the people who are around me constantly. But
I don't think that's selfish.
But in terms of idols, I mean, I grew up loving Brooks and Dunn, Miranda Lambert, Carrie, all those kind of staples, and Melissa Etheridge, Janis Joplin, Alanis Morissette, kind of the Southern rock aspect of things kind of came from that area. So yeah. I mean, it's hard to just say a few, but those would probably be them.
Totally. You said that your parents listened to music and it was kind of in your house. Are those similar artists that you were listening to as you grew up?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my dad was a big classic country guy.
Okay.
So there was Willie and Waylon and all those going on in the house. But as the young girl, I wanted to experience some of what was going on in current culture. So yeah, it was all kinds of stuff going on.
Nice. That's awesome. It's nice to be able, I mean, that mix of kind of older classics and then newer things, I mean, kind of just helps you create your own special sound, which I love.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kind of speaking towards the like storytelling aspect and kind of therapeutic aspect of writing and singing and performing, how has music helped you navigate life's highs and lows?
It's been the only thing that gets me through life's highs and lows. I always found it, I mean, again, I wrote my first song when I was in middle school, and I guess it was just more of a way that it was easier than saying it. It was a way to get the emotions I didn't know how to put into words out of me. So lyrics and melodies were always easier than sentences.
Yeah.
So I kind of ran with that because it was an easy way to express what I was trying to get out in words.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And everyone needs something like that they can draw on, whether it's music or art or writing or whatever it is for you, sports, moving your body. It's just, I mean, it's awesome that you were able to find that at such a young age and just thrive in there and kind of just build yourself up from there. Seems like that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that I was in an environment that I could really lay into what I wanted to lay into.
Yeah, totally. I think that's so powerful and awesome. Some people don't find that until later in life, and you just found it, clicked, and ran with it. During your set, I saw a banjo behind you. Is that something that you utilize in your music? Do you play any other instruments? I know you said that you played flute in elementary school.
Yes, I did. I played flute until my freshman year of high school.
Nice. Okay.
I was there. More of a tool to learn theory than anything else. But the banjo I've been slowly teaching myself. So it's not something that's really good right now. But it's a thing. So hopefully it'll be more of a thing.
Okay. Cool.
I would love to be able to play piano just for the ability to explore melodies more on that. But right now it's mostly just guitar that I stick to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you play it very well. And there's always like room to grow. And I love that you're kind of trying to differentiate and learn new things. I mean, it's always good to kind of challenge yourself and add a couple of different things into your repertoire. And I mean, piano is something that I feel like is being showcased more in country music, but traditionally hasn't been like a huge like staple instrument. So I think that's really cool that you're trying to integrate things like that too into your music. Love that.
Yeah, it's really cool when people show up at Writers Round with their keyboards. It's a nice different sound than all the guitars.
Yeah, cool. Kind of mixes it up, catches you off guard. So when you were singing for us, you briefly mentioned your new EP, Burn. Can you tell us a little bit about that? When can we look for that to be released? It sounds super exciting.
Yeah, so I just scheduled that. Burn is going to be coming out on July 31st, so nice. In a little bit. And I'm very excited. It's going to be a 5-song EP, so we'll have the 3 singles that I have released already, and then 2 more songs. And I wrote both of those actually with my really good friend, Courtney Bach,
nice.
Who is a songwriter in town here. And I'm very excited. Yes, it's my first thing that I really just put out into the world and on streaming services. And I'm happy so far with the singles, so I'm hoping to keep that momentum with the EP.
Yeah, totally. They sounded great for us. I'm excited. We got excited. Speaking of co-writing, a couple of the songs you said you're Sing For Us you co-wrote, and you said the singles on the EP, and then you have some that are solo written. What do you like and dislike about the different methods of songwriting, like writing by yourself versus with other people? How is it different? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so for a long time I was writing only by myself.
Okay.
And then my first visit to Nashville, I think I was a sophomore or junior in high school, and that was my first co-write. I just kind of got thrown into a room with a few other people, and they said, write a song. And I said, what? So it was a time. It was definitely an adjustment. But I love co-writing because I think it makes me a better writer. Mm-hmm. I think it challenges me to think outside the box and think outside of just my own emotional experience, and understand that other people have other things they want to say. And it's an easier way to relate to your entire audience. So I love co-writing, and since I've been doing it for now, I don't even know how many years here, I've developed relationships, close friendships with a lot of my co-writers where we click really well with our songwriting and we understand what we're saying to the other person. And so I think a lot of my best music comes from that. Again, in this time, I've gotten to rediscover songwriting alone, which I do really love, and I missed being able to take what I was feeling and put it on a piece of paper, and it was more emotional therapy than anything else. One of my singles, Long Time Coming, was a solo write that I just kind of wrote in 10 minutes on a car drive, and I was so proud of it. I still am. And so I think it's a lot of a hit and miss. I love practicing writing. I'll sit down and just write a bunch of lyrics and decide later if they're worth anything or not. There'll always be hit and misses with co-writes and with solo writes. So totally. I think it's important to do both. Yeah, definitely. Are the people that you co-write with friends? Did you meet them through the industry? How did those relationships start? So a lot of them I met through my consultant, Precious Harris, who has a few other clients that, she'd put us in writes together all the time. And through that, I've known her for years. So I've known them for years, and they've become some of my best friends in the world, in town. So, and they're very easy to write with again, because we are such great friends and we understand what each other are trying to say, and we're not insulted when one of us says, well, let's work on that one.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really great relationship to have, that it's both a friendship and a work relationship that works very well.
Totally. Yeah, it's important to be able to have that give and take and be able to know how to talk to each other and give each other that constructive criticism and work forward from it. And I mean, if you spend so much time and are so honest and talking about such personal stories and stuff, I feel like it's hard not to become friends after that.
Yeah, I walked out of 4-hour cohorts being like, all right, we're best friends now. See you later.
Yeah, exactly. Those shared experiences, they really on quick. And so where can people go to find your music and connect with you? Where can we look for information about that EP release and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so my website is just megriley.com.
Cool. And
then all my social medias, my Instagram is just at Meg Rilley. Turns out there's not a ton of Meg Rileys with 2 L's. So I got at Meg Rilley.
Nice.
Same with Twitter. My Facebook is facebook.com/Meg Rilley official. So that's my page. So give it a follow, a like. On Spotify, again, you can find my artist page, which is Meg Rilley. Give that a follow, give the songs a listen. And the EP will be out on July 31st.
Awesome. I'm super looking forward to that EP, as I'm sure everyone else is too. Got to go follow you to keep up with all of the information on that. And thank you so much for sharing with us a little bit about yourself and your music today. I've really enjoyed learning about you, and thanks so much for your performance too. It was just incredible. You're an awesome person.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an amazing experience.
Absolutely. You take care, okay?
Ooh, Meg Rilley, dang, the bottle or the boy, I can't even decide right now. I'm still trying to come down from that experience of that song in her set.
Man, what a voice, dude. She can really belt it out. I'm just blown away.
Oh my gosh, so good. Please show her some love. We have her tip jar donation link right there again for you below. Send her something to let her know that you were as moved as I was.
Absolutely. Every artist could use it right now.
Yes.
And we have one more performer for you guys today, but before that last performance, we have a message from the Femwinism team who wanted to share a little bit about what feminism means to each of them.
What feminism means to me: sisterhood, support, resources.
It has helped me be empowered.
I have found the best support in this group in the last couple of years.
Feeling safe, feeling like you can be yourself, feeling seen and heard.
Feminism is family. Feminism means winning with each other.
I think of collaboration over competition. Listen, we are all in it to win it, and we can all grow and meet each other at the top.
Each woman individually is something special, but all together we are a force of unmeasurable support.
It's a real sense of freedom to be able to finally share your ideas without any intimidations.
The power of knowing who you are. It's the power of embracing where you can help others.
We all have a need and a want and a passion to help others and to love others.
We get to see each other genuinely and honestly. So sisterhood, hands down.
It is love, it is acceptance, it is compassion.
It is goddess energy, it is sisterhood, it is support, it is a network, it is community.
Everybody is the strong friend. Everyone is very transparent, so open.
Feminism is, without a doubt, one of the greatest teams that I've ever been a part of, and I know that I'm changing lives, and you can too, so join us.
What an amazing video. Thank you so much for Femwinism, for partnering with us and being involved. And again, guys, we got that donation link down here. They can use your dollars. It's going to be put to a great use. Just go ahead, if you have a couple extra bucks, skip that Starbucks this week and throw your money there. Thank you so much to Femwinism for everything you do for women all around the world. We appreciate you so much.
We love you.
And without further ado, would love to introduce our last performer today. Her name is Korie Burton, and she is another female performer based out of Nashville, Tennessee. get kind of a double feature from Korie, with her set being filmed out of her childhood home in South Carolina, and then her Q&A out of Nashville, where she's based out of now. Take it away, Korie.
My name is Korie Burton. I am a songwriter in Nashville, Tennessee. But right now I'm actually back home in South Carolina in my childhood home. I'm up in my little like writer's music area thing. This is my little hideout in high school. I'd come up here and write and play, and I thought no one can hear me, but the kitchen's right downstairs and you can hear straight through the floor, so it's great. Anyways, I'm gonna get started today with a song I wrote with my friends Caitlin Dykes and Eliza Harrison Smith. This was the first one we wrote together as a team. I had written doing co-writes with both of them separately, but we all got together and we're like, let's try this out, and I'm really proud of this one. So this is called Cross My Mind. They say, give it time, you'll be fine, you won't even remember how it feels when it ends, your heart breaks again, be this way forever. You're gonna be okay, that's what they always say, still got the memories. I've been here one too many times, it's no good. Now when you cross my mind, all the songs that we loved, all the places we go, there's not many faces left I like now when you cross my mind. I've tried to let it go, 'cause Lord knows I don't want to remember all those happy times, they were lies, I wish I'd known better. And maybe I'll be okay, but it's so hard to escape all of those memories. I've been here one too many times, it's no good. Now when you cross my mind, all the songs that we loved, all the places we go, there's not many faces left I like now when you cross my mind. And now when I think about our first kiss, all I remember is our last fight. 'Cause I knew the minute that we walked away, it's all it takes now when you cross my mind. 'Cause I've been here one too many times, it's no good. Now when you cross my mind, all the songs that we loved, all the places we go, there's not many faces left I like now when you cross my mind. When you cross my mind. So yeah, that one's called Cross My Mind. It's relatively new. So yeah, I'm really excited about what's going to happen with that one. The next one I'm going to play for you is one I wrote with two different people. A guy I write with a lot named Taylor Cook and Sydney Buchanan. Taylor was actually, I went to an open mic. It's the first one I ever went to in Nashville, and I liked Taylor's song that he played, so I went up to him and I was like, dude, you want to write sometime? I'd never done that before, but it worked out, which is good, and I have a good co-writing partner that I write with all the time now. So anyways, this is one that we wrote together pretty recently, and I'm excited about it. It's called Someone New, and if I can capo it in the right spot, it's gonna be great. Okay. Yeah, this is called Someone New. So you're really over that guy. I really hope it ain't a lie, 'cause last You may not want to admit all the things that I noticed, but he's long gone. So it's time to move on. You need someone new, someone who understands how to be a man and is always there for you. You need a guy who's gonna try to go the extra mile just to see that smile. And if you want me to, I could be a someone new, someone who understands everything about you like I want to. You need someone new, someone who understands how to be a man and is there for you. You need a guy who's gonna try to do the extra mile just to see that smile. And if you want me to, girl, if you want me to, I could be someone new. Someone new.
That song actually was my mom's idea. And one day she was just like, you know how in country songs everyone's like, you'll leave me for someone new, or you need to find someone new. Like, what if I could be the someone new? And so I took that and took it to them, and they liked it, and we went with it. And I'm really excited about where that one is going to go to, because that's a relatively new one. So a lot of people hadn't heard it yet. So I'm really excited about that one as well. The next one I got for y'all tonight is, oh, it's thundering here in South Carolina. Storming, as always, it's been storming the whole time I've been home. But anyways, the next one I got for you is one I wrote with my friend Eliza Harrison Smith. We've written a couple of pretty interesting songs I'm really proud of. This one is, I guess, a deep cut, if you want to say. It's not it's not the one where I'm like, yes, this is the one that's going to be a radio hit, but it's one I'm really proud of lyrically, so I really like to play it out. Yeah, this one's called Heart Like Mine.
I've never been too good at staying in one place. When someone gets too close, I'm always pulling away. It's easier to keep my heart under my sleeve when no one else can see. 'Cause I'm afraid if I open up, no one will wanna stay. Well, it's a good thing you're not as broken as me, 'cause you'd be gone already. You see me as what I think it can be. You make it look easy to believe that we'll be alright. 'Cause in my mind this will end with goodbye. And I have to remind myself sometimes, you don't have a heart like mine. I've never been too good at trusting someone else. It's easier if I just do it all myself. So please wait patiently, because your honesty is something new to me. You make me wanna feel everything I've never felt. So it's a good thing you're not as broken as me, 'cause you'd be gone already. You see me as what I think I can be. You make it one place. When someone gets too close, I'm always pulling away. Well, it's a good thing you're not as broken as me, 'cause you'd be gone already. You see me is what I think you can't be. You make it look easy to believe that we'll be alright. 'Cause in my mind it's full with goodbye, and I have to remind myself sometimes you don't have a heart like mine.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in today. I've really enjoyed playing these songs for you and telling you a little bit about the backstory and how they came to be. The last one I got for you today is one that's really special to me. I wrote about a year ago. And it was one of those songs that you write and you never think it's going to leave. It's like, oh, this is not the one. This one's never going to get played. But I actually get called out for playing it too much. So here we are. But anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. My name is Korie Burton. I really appreciate you sticking around and listening to my songs. If you like it, you can follow me on Instagram. That's where I usually post updates and some new music. That's korieburton.music. And as it rains outside in South Carolina, let's get to it. This one's called Hey Memphis. Hey Memphis, I hope that I wouldn't have to say this, but you're on my mind here tonight. I'm not gonna let him go, no matter how hard you try. Hey Memphis, I don't know the pain that you've been through, but I have my tough days too. Might just be a name to you, but know that I'm not bulletproof. 'Cause once upon a time you never thought you'd see the day when the boy you think you need is now 100 miles away. But time changes his mind, and my mind's tired of thinking about you. I know you want back what you did, but hey Memphis, remember I love him too. Hey Memphis, I don't know the heartbreak you've been through. Please don't make me feel it too. I'm not going to pick a fight, but I'm down to be polite. Hey Memphis, I know we held your hand before mine. I'm the one you sold me tonight. I know you won't sell the side, but time choose to play different cards. 'Cause once upon a time you never thought you'd see the day when the boy you think you need is now 100 miles away. But time changed his mind, and my mind's tired of thinking about you. I know you're back what you knew, but hey Memphis, remember I love him too. Back what you knew, but hey Memphis, remember I love him too. Thank y'all for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day.
Cool. We have Korie Burton here doing a little Q&A with us for Live from the Artist Room. How's it going, Korie? How have you been?
Pretty good. Staying home, all the things everyone's been doing.
Yeah, definitely. How has quarantine and keeping up with your music been? Like, have you found it a good time to produce? Have you found it difficult? Like, what's that been like for you?
You know, I've been writing a lot more. So it's been good on that front. I've had more co-writes just because I've had more time. I've been able to, and I don't, especially since I live a little outside of Nashville, and typically I'm having to add time to drive back and forth. It's so much easier to just be like, okay, well, let's call this way. I mean, I love writing in person, and I'm glad we're getting back to it and getting back to normal. But
yeah, I'm sure there's a certain aspect of that that's just, I mean, Zoom and everything's nice, but there's just a little bit of a difference sometimes that just that personal connection really gives you to be there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So just generally, who are some of like your musical idols? Who do you look up to? Like, what kind of artists do you draw inspiration from for your music?
A big one's Taylor Swift. I basically learned how to write songs by listening to her.
Nice.
I learned how to play guitar because in middle school when I got my guitar, I bought these little like learn to play books of just her albums, and that's how I learned chords, was just learning her songs. So I draw a lot of how I write from that. But I listen to a lot of stuff that I don't write a lot. Like I love Paramore and I love Haley Williams, and I don't write anything that sounds like that, but I love it, and I think it does influence my lyrics in some way, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just because you're a country artist doesn't mean you have to draw inspiration specifically from country music.
Right.
Yeah, nice. Speaking of, what is it about country music that draws you to it, that you really enjoy, that you feel a connection to?
It's the lyrics for sure. I'm definitely a lyric person, and I love trying to find new ways to say things and play on words and coming up with new rhymes, and just doing the little things like that in songs are my favorite part about it. So that's definitely it. It's like country music, it involves heavily on exactly what you say and how you say it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like a lot of your like family and friends listen to country music too? Is it kind of something that surrounds you in your like everyday life?
For sure. My mom wanted to be a country singer, so I grew up listening. Yeah, I grew up listening to country music.
Nice. It must be cool for her to be able to support you now and like see how you're flourishing and advancing your career, and her to appreciate that too.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Is there anything? How do you feel like your environment, like your childhood home versus Nashville, like affects your music and songwriting? Do you think that there's a something about your environment that really kind of just gives you more inspiration?
I feel more collaborative when I'm here, and that might just be because it's Nashville, you know? When I'm home, it's like I'm in my little small town where I grew up, and I just write by myself still there when I'm there. And when I'm here, I'm more likely to be writing with other people and collaborating. So that changes a lot, because I feel like I write differently with people than I do when it's just me.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah.
So speaking of kind of your collaborations, you played us your song Cross My Mind that you co-wrote with Caitlin Dykes and Eliza Harrison Smith, as well as Someone New that you wrote with Taylor Cook and Sydney Buchanan. Do you find it more engaging to write in that kind of collaborative space? Like, how do you feel like that differs from like writing by yourself?
I do. I love co-writing. Yeah. I like the fact that when you're writing by yourself, you don't know. All you have is your own gut to tell you whether something's good or not. And I like having other people around to be like, that line was terrible, or that line was actually really good. I like that. So I like that, being able to just bounce ideas off of each other. And those two songs in particular I write with them a lot. So those two particular songs were like easy. It was an easy write to go into, and we called up, you know, and what's going on in our lives, because those are new ones. So
yeah,
a lot of, so what have you been doing in the house this week? And then we wrote those, and they're two I'm proud of, so I was excited to get to play them.
Yeah, that's awesome. They were awesome. I really enjoyed listening to you play.
Thank you.
Great voice.
Thank you.
Tell us kind of about your songwriting process. When you're writing, does it happen like in one session? Do you think does it happen over a span of days, or is it kind of vary depending on the song?
It definitely varies. Lately, again, it's probably because I've been able to kind of go over time with writes. I've been finishing songs like in that one session.
Mm-hmm.
But typically, you know, when everyone's on a set schedule and you only have so much time, it can take a couple sessions, and it's like, okay, we'll get back to the song later or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one song that I've actually been working on with Taylor that we can't get past like a verse.
Oh man.
We started it in like February, and every time we get together to write, it's like, should we probably finish that? Probably. And then we write something else because we're just like, so it really just depends on when the inspiration strikes.
Yeah, totally. That's definitely understandable. I mean, everyone's got their own creative process, and it doesn't mean that it has to be X, Y, and Z every single time.
Yeah.
Totally. How do you feel that music adds to your life? Is it something that when you're not playing, you're like always listening to, or is it kind of something that you have to digest in bits and pieces?
I definitely always have music on.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just be like, the other day I was packing up some stuff downstairs and I was just like, it's quiet. I need music. And I don't even care what's on. I just need like music playing in the background somewhere.
Totally.
So yeah.
Has that been constant throughout your life?
I'm sorry.
No, my bad too. Like as a kid, were you always listening to music and stuff and like dancing, karaoke or anything like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I had I remember vividly getting an American Idol karaoke machine for like my 4th or 5th birthday. And I got a Radio Disney Hits CD that goes in it. Nice. And that was how I got introduced to Avril Lavigne.
Oh my gosh.
Because the first song it was on it was Complicated, and it was like my favorite song.
Yeah, everyone's favorite song.
The rest of that year, I was just like, this is it. And I would just sing that one on repeat.
Nice.
On my little karaoke machine.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's nice to have those kind of memories to like look back on and be like, yeah, this is why I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. And then kind of tell us about your last song, Hey Memphis. What made you feel like that like originally wouldn't see the outside world? Because I mean, the song really feels like it has so much love in it, and like you put a lot of work into it. What was it about that you were like, oh, I don't know? And has that happened in other songs too?
Definitely. When it comes to writing really personal songs, those are the ones that are hardest for me to be like, here you go, here's the song.
Right.
And that one in particular, I remember I wrote it in my dorm room at like 1 a.m. And it was like my roommate was asleep, and I like went out in the hallway into our little like study area and wrote this song. And I was like, well, no one's ever going to hear this, because I was just kind of like pouring all of my thoughts out into it. And then I played it for people the next day, and everyone was like, you have to play this. And so now it's become one I play everywhere. But it definitely taught me that the emotional ones are very important. I mean, the party songs are fun and they're good, but the ones that hit you right here are important too. And even if it's hard to share them, you still got to do it, because that's
totally. Yeah, I mean, like whatever you're going through and your feelings, there's somebody out there who also feels the same way, and that
exactly
connection.
And it's amazing because when I play it, I feel like I'm telling everyone exactly what I'm going through, but they're hearing it as their story. And I know it's the same thing, because I'll be sitting in a writer's round and I'll be like, this person's singing about my life. But then they're up there like singing this and thinking, oh my gosh, everyone knows like everything that's happening. So it's crazy.
And that's why like people like Taylor Swift, people really gravitate to her storytelling, and because they're shared experiences, that just because she went through them doesn't mean that 10,000 people all over the world, obviously tons of people are also feeling the same way, because, you know, it's so far reaching. Totally. Do you have any special connection to the city of Memphis? Because I know that you said you're in Nashville right now. But does Memphis hold some sort of like weight to you in your life?
No, it just sounded cool.
Yeah. Nice, for sure. Cool.
Sounded better than, I guess, Hey Nashville would have kind of sounded cool. But
I like that. I think Memphis has got to go.
Hey, Memphis sounds good.
Yeah, no, for sure, totally. I guess, is there anything else you want to tell us about you or your music or anything like that?
I don't think so. I do have, I'm gonna have my first cut here soon. I'm really excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah. If y'all want to check that, be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be 2 songs. One's called Paper Thin and one is called Just in Case. And they're both going to be by Maya Lynn. one of my friends who's releasing an EP. I'm very excited.
Nice. Cool, that's super exciting. Where can we find those? Where do you usually like post things like that? Can we keep up with you on Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah, Instagram at korieburton.music and Facebook at Korie B Music. And they're different because I'm dumb on social media and messed it up. So sorry about that. I can't make it convenient.
Everyone, it takes a little bit of time for everyone, for sure. Do you have goals in like the next year or so that you're trying to accomplish with your music?
I want to get more cuts, honestly. Yeah. I want to be able to say, you know, when people ask, can I hear some of your stuff? It's not just like, oh, here's a voice memo I have, because that's where I'm at right now. I want to be able to be like, yeah, go look at me on Apple Music and all this stuff. A year ago, I wasn't even going out and playing that much. And now I play out all the time. So I think in a year, that's where I want to be. I want to have some cuts.
Yeah.
For sure. I think
kind of like a mental block that you had to get over.
Growth.
Yeah. To be able to play, like get out and play, you said a year ago you weren't like really playing much. Was it like kind of like a mental, I just need to go do this thing, or was it you just didn't feel prepared, or what kind of like was stopping you from going out and playing more shows?
I didn't know how. I was like, I was just like, how do people get these rounds and stuff? I don't know. So my roommate and I went up to an open mic one night and I was like, I'm going to play my song and I'm going to talk to at least one person. That was my goal.
Nice.
And that night I met Taylor.
Okay.
One of my co-writers.
Yeah.
And so he introduced me to this other open mic where I met this girl named Natasha, who I write with all the time. Mm-hmm. And it kind of spiraled from there. And I started going out more and playing more and writing more. And it's been an amazing year. Honestly,
that's awesome.
I've grown a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like it was just kind of a snowball effect. Once you started one, the ball was rolling. It started coming. You started making more connections. That's awesome. Is there any one performance that you've done that stands out to you? Like that one was really meaningful, or I felt the best from that, or this crazy thing happened, or anything like that?
My freshman year in college, I did this thing with NSAI called Inside the Industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to meet Liz Rose that weekend. And she's one of my absolute favorite songwriters.
Okay.
And we played a writer's round that she came to, and she loved my song. She was like, I love this song. It sounds like it was super emotional. It sounds like you just wrote it yesterday. And this was a song I don't even play it out anymore because I wrote it in like high school. And I think I'm kind of like, but the fact that Liz Rose liked it, I was like, this is amazing. And that was my first time playing up in Nashville. So
nice. That must have been really validating, just to me, like, oh my gosh, this person who's such a big idol of mine, likes my writing and likes what I'm doing. And that's super cool.
I'll definitely remember that forever.
Yeah. Those special memories, like the ones of you when you were a kid and stuff, and too, you look back on, you're like, oh, yep, that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. How do you think music has helped you navigate like life's highs and lows?
It's definitely helped me process things.
Totally.
I know my junior year in high school, the song that I played for Liz actually was one that I wrote in a very hard time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to get everything out and just because it's so hard, to tell people sometimes how you're feeling, and just to be able to say it in music has helped me a lot in life. Just to be able
super
to
therapeutic.
Express what I want. Exactly. Yeah. Therapeutic. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. because sometimes it can just be hard to like sit with your thoughts and write them down in a journal, but to be able to just sing them and put them out in like a way that feels comfortable to you, where you're like not exactly saying X, Y, and Z, but you're like, this is the story of this, that, and the other. Like, oh, that was me and all of my feelings that I just got out there.
Yes.
When did you get your start with music? What was your relationship like? Was it grow from like when you were a child, or like was it a little bit later on? I know you mentioned Taylor Swift and kind of getting her books and helping that catapult your kind of love with music.
It's been a snowball thing. I always loved to sing when I was little, and I loved like The Wizard of Oz and Cinderella, and I could recite every word of every song, and I would just sing and not stop. And then You know, I got a little older and Hillary Duff was my favorite. I wanted to be Hillary Duff, and then I wanted to be Hannah Montana, and then I wanted to be Taylor Swift, and it just kind of went from there until I got to middle school and started writing and learning to play guitar. And then when I got to high school, I was like, I told my parents, I was like, I want to go to college for this. I want to move to Nashville. I want to learn more about this. And so I came up here to MTSU, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm almost done with school.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been kind of a growing thing my whole life.
Have you been studying like music and songwriting in college too?
Yes, I'm majoring in songwriting, which is
nice. Do you feel like
definitely a weird one?
Yeah. Do you feel like your classes have helped develop you as an artist and like been like helpful and constructive in your career?
Definitely. And in more ways than just writing. Like I took 2 marketing classes that have helped me learn how to promote stuff on social media. And I took copyright law and contracts, and I learned how to register my songs with copyright and all that kind of stuff that people don't always think about. I've learned all the little things that you have to do.
And it's nice that you don't necessarily have to rely on somebody else to do it for you. You don't have to necessarily know how to do it yourself, which is super valuable. And like, I think it's important for artists to be able to know their rights and what's within their realm, and not just, you know, because there's so many instances of people in this industry getting taken advantage of, or like people making money off other music they shouldn't. Now like you can empower yourself to be like, no, I know this is what I need to do. I should be getting this, and this is how I do it.
Yeah.
Powerful. Nice. How do you incorporate your art into your daily life?
What do you mean by that? Just like,
do you try and play your guitar every single day? Is it just kind of like, do you wake up and listen to music and it kind of like shapes how your whole day goes? Like when if like something happens, you get really stressed out, do you go to music? Like, how is it, like, how do you use it in everyday kind of life?
You know, I just was saying this morning how I always seem to not have rights on the days that I really feel inspired. Like this morning I woke up and I was like, I really want to write today, and I had to go to work. I was like, I don't want to go to work. I want to go to a co-write. But I think it's more so in my daily life when I'm at school. I'm always thinking about it, even just because of what I'm studying. I'm always thinking about something in the music industry. But I guess, I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about this like this.
No, I know.
I do play. My roommates will probably say I play guitar every day. I feel like I could play more and I could get better, but they're probably like, no, she plays all the time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, Korie. I've really enjoyed chatting with you and learning about you and your music. And just once again, let us know where we can find updates about your music. Are you on Spotify? Like, where can we go and listen to your music and stuff as well?
For now, follow my Instagram, KorieBurton.music. That's typically where I post stuff. Facebook kind of gets overlooked sometimes, so Instagram's your best bet.
Cool.
And then Maya, who's releasing the first 2 singles, that'll be on all streaming platforms, but you can keep up with updates for that there. Perfect. And hopefully more.
Yeah, totally. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for being with us today. And
thank you for having me.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much, Korie. My favorite was definitely Cross My Mind. I cannot wait for your music to be online so I can stream it whenever I want.
So excited. She's got all these awesome performances coming up, and you know, I just love how she's able to connect with all these writers and produce such amazing music. And you know, those connections are so imperative right now, especially with everything going on in the world.
Yes, so show her some love. Again, here is her virtual tip jar. Show it some love. Send her some money to know that you support her and her goals and career aspirations in music. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you so, so much to Nia Nicholls, Meg Rilley, and Korie Burton for being the first to feature here at our first live from the Artist Room concert stream.
We have the next round coming at you in 2 weeks. That'll be on August 1st. Please Subscribe to our YouTube channel, tell your friends, tune in again. You know, all of these awesome, amazing, talented female musicians need your support during this tough time. So show it to them, show up. You don't have to go anywhere, just tune in from your couch.
Yes. Thank you all who have tuned in, who have supported us, who have supported Femwinism, and we will see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Sing that shit. Sing that shit.